Welcome to Gadgets and Gizmos. My name is Gaurav and this is what we have lined up for you in this week's episode. This week on Gadgets and Gizmos, we review the Lure Max 2, a phone that has everything maxed out. And look who's here, the OnePlus 3. It can't get better than this, man. And we show you all the highlights from E3 this year. All this and more on Gadgets and Gizmos. Now, we've been talking a lot about this Chinese company with a French name. You guessed it, right? I'm talking about Lure. They've launched a new big smartphone called Lure Max 2, a phone that offers some great specs and some exclusive online content. Here is our review. All metal unibody design. Wow! 5.7-inch quad HD display.
Whoa! Wow!
21MP camera at the back with dual-tone flash.
Wow!
Alright, so this is the Lure Max 2 and it's priced at 29,999 rupees. And yes, it has a fingerprint sensor at the back and it's fast. And you will not buy this phone for the above mentioned features. You will buy this phone for its great performance, audio quality and the content that is being provided from the biggest online content providers in China, Lure. So last year, Lure had also launched their big, massive Lure Max phone, which was a 6.3-incher. It was a huge phone, heavy. Although the display was nice, it had the performance, but then people found it to be too big and too expensive. And it really couldn't get the same kind of success that the Lure 1S got. So now they got the successor, the Lure Max 2, and it looks much more refined, lighter, cleaner, and brighter for sure. So let's find out whether it's worth your money. Lure Max 2 comes with a refreshed look. It's a little smaller and lighter, doesn't come with an audio jack. Well, we'll come to that later. So yes, the phone looks good. The display is as bright as ever, great for watching those videos, and it doesn't hurt your eyes. The phone is running on Android's latest 6.1 Marshmallow OS and has its own custom EUI on top. The newest addition that you would notice here is the content layer. Just swipe left to right. Now the big deal out here is the content, because that's the business model the company follows and relies on. It's because of this model that the company says that it's able to provide you with fantastic smartphones at a reasonable price. They had announced partnership with content creators and providers last year, and the number would grow as the company establishes itself here in India. Now, you get an year of subscription free worth 4,999 rupees, which will give you access to movies, TV shows, songs, and plenty of other things, which is great. It's great indeed, provided there is good network. Now you get to this feature by tapping the circular live icon at the center of the dock on the bottom of the home screen. It's basically a customized implementation of Yup TV and shows a grid of TV channels sorted by language. There aren't too many channels to choose from right now, but quality is not bad with a high-speed internet connection. You get a fair number of news and music channels across 10 Indian languages. There's also another app called LaVD, which is basically nothing more than YouTube client which promotes partner content, of course. The app by default will only show you Indian videos and the search function does not fetch most of the international YouTube results. Channel names are hidden from search results on the main screen and even within the viewer. The video might work for Lure's content partners, but if you just want to browse YouTube, we say that go for the native app. Now coming to the performance, the Lure Max 2 is a powerhouse. It delivers great performance with the latest Snapdragon 820 processor along with 6 GB of RAM. You will have no complaint whatsoever. Multitasking is smooth, gaming is absolutely lag-free, and it definitely looks good on the big screen. And yes, the big bright screen is no doubt perfect for watching videos like we said. Coming to the 21MP camera at the back, the picture quality is good. You get good details and colors. Macro shots also come out nicely. When it comes to low light, you get respectable results. You can also shoot 4K videos, and slow-mo is not cool. What is cool though are these Type-C headphones. Continual Digital Lossless Audio, or CDLA, is Lure's proprietary technology that makes the audio experience way better. So the Lure Max 2 a total value for money smartphone, man. It's big, it's beautiful, and it gives you a great seamless performance. The camera is decent, battery life. Of course, when a phone is this big and this bright with so much content that's going around in the background, well, the battery life suffers. You can always charge it twice. Coming to the video content part, well, there isn't much right now, but that number will surely go up. And the competition, the OnePlus 3 just got launched. What about that? So yes, OnePlus 3 has been launched, a phone that offers 6 GB of RAM. A phone doesn't need 6 GB of RAM. But anyway, here is Sahil, who lately has started calling himself Batman because he's out all night partying. That doesn't make you Batman, Sahil. And yes, you need mass and acceleration, and then only talk about force. Batman talking about force. Here's Sahil with the review of the OnePlus 3.
Guess what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Yes, I've aped that from The Dark Knight. And as you have assumed, I am the unstoppable force, and the immovable object is a smartphone brand which has polarized opinion over the last few years. It makes you beg and grovel to buy their phones. Of course, I am talking about OnePlus, which released the fantastic OnePlus 1 and OnePlus 2. And now they are back with the OnePlus 3, and they believe this phone can take things to the next level. This is the phone, according to the company, that you will settle down with. So let's find out if this is the device that you'll end up marrying, just like our very own Baldy and Dinosaur. So let's jump into the pros of this phone, because there's a lot to like about this device. For starters, the design of this phone, the build quality of this phone is absolutely exquisite. You have a full aluminium chassis out here. On the back, you have got this brushed finish, which is fantastic. And there's a mild curvature out here, which basically means that the phone nestles very comfortably on your palms. And basically, despite its size, it feels kind of portable. And that you can't say about the iPhone 6s Plus. Take that. The other thing is the performance. This phone has the best spec sheet you can have on an Android smartphone. It comes with 6 gigs of RAM. 6, yes. Even my laptop doesn't have that much of RAM. It's got the latest Snapdragon 820 processor coupled with 64 GB of storage. Third great thing about this phone is this 16 megapixel camera on its back, because it takes some great photos, be it low light or daylight. And for some context, you can compare this camera to the one on the Google Nexus 6P. Yes, it's that good. And on the front, you get an 8 megapixel camera, which is not too bad at taking selfies. And you get the dash charger, which is rapid at charging this phone. You can charge this phone in 40 minutes flat. All this means that this device has the best performance that we have ever seen on an Android smartphone. After using this phone for the last few days, I've really struggled to find any faults with this device. But I think I finally managed to find a minor quibble. If you really care about Android updates, then it's highly likely that this phone will not get updated to Android N this year. So if you're geeky like me and really crave for fast Android updates, then this may not be the phone for you. Apart from this phone is an absolute winner. Do one thing, log into Amazon and plunk 28,000 rupees on this phone. It's that good.
So the Apple Worldwide Developer Conference 2016 just got concluded, a conference where Apple showcases all the products that it had been working on and how they intend to take it forward. Here are all the highlights from the Apple WWDC 2016.
Hello and welcome to WWDC 2016 watchOS.
You can now just swipe to switch to the face you'd like to use.
Optimized storage. You get to see your own personalized wallpaper. Have
Apple has unveiled its latest software and technological upgrades at its annual WWDC conference in San Francisco. And here is a quick look at some of the big announcements that were made.
Family and friends rings as well.
Because we're opening up Siri to developers.
Siri actually searches over 650,000 movies and TV shows.
Siri also comes to tvOS, where it can search for movies, and Siri has improved topical searches for movies and TV shows, and you can now run voice searches for YouTube videos as well.
With the watch face now, we've added Control Center. You just swipe up from the bottom, just like on iOS.
The Apple Watch is set to become way faster than before with a slew of new updates to watchOS. Under the new upgrade, watchOS 3, app loading will become 7 times faster. Navigation will be more smooth and the user interface will resemble that of an iPhone with a new control center and quick access buttons.
And now, their lyrics. So come on, we're gonna rap.
Let's talk about news.
Apple Music and News also get a redesign. The new Apple Map, however, has been completely redesigned. Users can book and pay for rides through Uber app and also make reservations in restaurants.
So now you can even look and see on your route where food or gas stations are, and maps will tell you how much longer it'll take if you go to any one of those.
Name of the world's most advanced desktop operating system.
OS 10 is now macOS, and this iteration will be called Sierra. The public beta will launch in July with the final version coming in the fall. One of the big focuses of the new OS is continuity across devices. A feature called Universal Clipboard, which allows users to copy and paste across multiple Apple devices. You can also save your Mac desktop to the cloud and access it from a different computer using iCloud Drive. And opens up Siri, Maps, Phone and Messages to developers while increasing security and privacy with powerful technologies like differential privacy.
We're bringing Apple Pay to the web.
Now you'll be able to use Apple Pay to make payments online through Safari. Authentication will work through Touch ID, either through your phone or Apple Watch, eliminating the need to type credit card details. An iMessage is turning into some kind of Snapchat, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger conglomerate, it seems. iMessage now includes bigger emoji as well as suggestions for turning certain keywords into emojis. There are animated effects like strobe lights, balloons and confetti, and invisible ink hides messages until they are swiped over.
So we're opening up messages to developers as well with iMessage apps.
Thank you very much and have a fantastic week.
Hello and welcome to Gadgets and Gizmos. My name is Gaurav and we just completed 50 episodes. Well, nothing, no big deal. Yeah. It happens, you know, if you keep working. Anyway, so in our gaming segment this week, we show you all the big announcements from E3. It was crazy, man. Some cool games, some crazy gameplays. I think it's going to be a great year for the gamers. Take a look. Deals were the flavor of this year's event. Here are all the biggest launches from E3 this year. Rumored for a long time before the massive E3 reveal, this redesign of the original Xbox One got a lot of people talking. Touted as being 40% smaller than the original, with souped up specs, support for 4K video encoding and a customizable new controller. This box is designed to make naysayers happy. Project Scorpio. This is the big one. The theoretical gaming juggernaut will be built to impress the hardcore crowd. The details are scanned now except the supposed 6 teraflop performance milestone, but expect to know more soon. The console is slated for a holiday 2017 release. Not to be outdone by Microsoft's announcements, Sony revealed a release date and price for the PlayStation VR. The headset will be in the market on October 2016, priced at a fairly competitive $399. Now as the phones are getting bigger and brighter and faster, the battery life, well, it suffers of course. I mean, how much can the battery do, man, when there's so much going around? And of course you can have a power bank, but then you can always apply these few simple hacks to get the best out of your smartphone's battery. Take a look.
You know, phones these days almost remind me of the landlines we had back in the day, because just like the landline, even these boys are stuck to a table with a wire throughout the day, always on charge. And when it comes to batteries, there is very little you can tell about the life of a battery. There aren't definite answers for those, but we definitely have some tips for you on how you can optimize and maximize your battery's life by charging it in the right way. Okay, so first things first, when it comes to the battery of your phone, always remember to use the charger which came with your smartphone. Don't use other chargers, because in that case, the phone may not charge or it may charge very, very slowly. Next, there is a saying that you need to calibrate your phone's battery when you get a new smartphone. You need to teach your phone how much capacity it has actually when it comes to the battery life. Most authorities rubbish this claim. There is no need to charge your phone right up to 100% and then drain it down to 0%. There's no need to do that. Try and keep your phone above 50% at all times. Another thing you can try is giving bite-sized battery charges to your phone. Just like overeating is bad for us, same way overcharging your phone is bad. Keep giving it bite-sized battery charges. And lastly, whenever the battery is heated up, the life of the battery will get affected even if it is not in use. So don't keep it next to heated up machines, don't keep it under direct sunlight, and don't leave it on charge for a long period of time, because in all these cases the battery will get heated up and the life will get affected. So always remember to keep your battery cool. Stay cool.
Alright, so with that, it's the end, my beautiful friends. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, you can always follow us on Twitter and whatever you want to say, just say it, man. Social media, open platform. We're open to public scrutiny. It doesn't matter. We'll see you next week with more of Gadgets and Gizmos.